Came in obviously not the greatest game tonight for you guys. Was it what they were doing on defense? What was it about what they were doing versus what y'all were trying to do on offense? It just didn't seem to work out.
Yeah, we just needed to continue to get to the layers of our offense, something that we've been really good at the rest of the season. Just wasn't able to get to it tonight. They have a kind of a slow pace of play, which is a little different than ours. So I think that it sped us up at times, but then also slowed us down more than we would have liked at times.
I know, like, when you look at the stat sheet, the boards are pretty much the same, turnovers the same, y'all had more free throw makes. I mean, but end of the day, was it just them making more plays, or was it y'all not executing the way you wanted to?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's toughness. We went over that in the locker room. They out-toughed us, and usually the toughest team wins, and, that's what happened tonight.
Macy, I know you had several different stops. You guys are trying to get back in the game. Was there a point where you guys felt like you were catching your breath and catching up, or was it like, man, we're always kind of behind the eight ball?
Yeah, I think tonight we didn't hit some shots that we characteristically usually hit that kind of help us with those momentum plays and kind of feed me and help me get those defensive stops that kind of all lead into a domino effect. That I think that's when our team looks pretty good when we're firing on all cylinders. So I think us maybe not having the greatest of shooting night affected that a little bit. And Kamen said, I think a couple of key possessions, like you said, I know a lot of our stats were even, but there was still some possessions that I think just kind of broke our back a little bit and just kind of didn't allow us to get over that hump and push over with our momentum.
I know obviously a night like this is disappointing because you guys are home the first of 4 games in a row. So it's one of those games you just go, all right, we're just going to burn the tape and move on from this.
Yes and no. I think as a player, you always have to go back and watch the tape, good, bad, and ugly. It's not always going to be as bad as you thought it was. It's not always going to be as good as you think the tape was, but it's definitely something we got to go back and learn from. We're blessed and fortunate enough to have this stretch of games at home and to have a great crowd, so we cannot take that for granted. So I think it's something we have to come back to the drawing board tomorrow. We have a quick 36, 48-hour turnaround, and we just got to get back on the horse and realize that we have something that a lot of people in the country don't have, which is a supportive home crowd, and we just need to take advantage of that for the next week and a half.
And Keenan, since obviously the regular season is dwindling down, are you guys putting any more emphasis on these games since the top 4 seeds are up for grabs still, or is it just it's one game at a time?
For sure. It is one game at a time, but, at the end of the day, you're competing for a top seed in that tournament to make life a little bit easier down the road. We got to grind these out, especially these next 3 after this loss. So it's going to be important for us, just important to be here and to support us. And it's important for us to do what Macy said, watch the film, learn from it. And, we got to get better in the next 36 hours.
Is there anything specific that you can think of that you want to fix right away, or you just want to watch the tape and figure that out?
Toughness for sure, like we said. We can be even, on all categories, which, we'd like to be up on all categories. But if we're not, then, we need to be tougher. Just be more physical and, just want the game more. And whenever we want it, whenever we're clicking, whenever we're fighting for each other, and fighting for the crowd, and the name on the front of our chest is whenever we play our best ball.